Love is often thought of as something that needs to be spoken, a feeling that has to be explicitly expressed in words. We live in a world that places a high value on verbal communication. People are expected to tell others how they feel, particularly in romantic relationships. But here's the truth. Love isn't just about saying, "I love you," or constantly affirming feelings through spoken words. Sometimes, the most meaningful and profound expressions of love happen without uttering a single word. This might sound surprising, but many men show their love in subtle, non-verbal ways that can be just as meaningful, if not more so, than any spoken affirmation. Men, in particular, are often socialized to be less expressive with their words and more so with their actions. The way they communicate affection can be more about how they act and the little things they do rather than what they say. In this exploration, we're diving deep into 7 surprising ways men express their love without words. These methods might catch you off guard. After all, we often associate love with grand gestures or lengthy love letters. But in reality, some of the most powerful and intimate expressions of love are found in the small, everyday acts that don't require a single word to speak volumes. Have you ever noticed that sometimes a man's love for you is felt more in his actions than in anything he says? Let's explore the subtle, surprising ways men show their love without speaking a single word. It might just change the way you look at your relationship. 1. The art of listening. Listening is an underrated act of love. It might not seem like much at first, but active listening is one of the most powerful ways men express their feelings without words. The world is full of noise, distractions, and people who don't truly listen to each other. When a man takes the time to truly listen to you, whether you're venting about a tough day at work, sharing your dreams and aspirations, or talking about your fears, it shows that he values you and cares about your emotions deeply. This isn't just about being physically present while you're talking. It's about being mentally and emotionally engaged. Men who listen attentively often maintain eye contact, ask follow-up questions, and show empathy through their body language. Sometimes, their silence during these moments is not because they don't have anything to say, but because they understand that you need a safe space to express yourself. When a man listens to you without interrupting, offering unsolicited advice, or trying to fix the problem, it shows respect for your thoughts and feelings. It communicates a message that says, "I value your words. I'm here for you, no matter what." This might not be the most flashy way to show love, but for many, it's one of the most meaningful and intimate expressions of affection. Example: imagine having a particularly hard day at work, and instead of rushing in with solutions or criticism, your partner simply listens, nodding occasionally and making sure you feel heard. In that moment, he doesn't need to say anything. The act of being present and truly hearing you already speaks volumes about his love and support. 2. Acts of service. The saying, "actions speak louder than words," holds true when it comes to love. For many men, acts of service are a primary way they express their love. It's not about grand gestures like expensive gifts or extravagant dates. It's about the everyday efforts to make your life easier and more enjoyable. When a man takes on chores or responsibilities that you would typically handle, he is demonstrating a deep sense of care and love. Maybe he picks up your dry cleaning on his way home from work, takes care of dinner after a long day, or helps with household tasks without being asked. These seemingly small gestures can have a huge impact on the overall health of the relationship. For men, love is often about doing. It's about taking action to improve your life and show that they are invested in your happiness. These acts don't need words to communicate love because the effort behind them speaks for itself. The fact that he is thinking of you, prioritizing your needs, and stepping in to lighten your load reveals more about his feelings than any spoken words ever could. Example: one evening, you're feeling exhausted after a long week. You're ready to crash into bed, but your partner quietly starts cleaning up the kitchen and putting away the laundry without saying a word. He might not be verbally expressing his love in this moment, but this action clearly conveys that he's thinking of you and wants to make your life easier. 3. Physical touch. For many men, physical touch is one of the most direct ways to communicate affection. This doesn't just mean physical intimacy. It can also include gentle touches, like holding hands, a reassuring pat on the back, or an arm around your shoulder. These non-verbal cues are intimate ways of showing that you're loved, supported, and cherished. There is something deeply comforting about physical touch. It doesn't require words to convey warmth, affection, or safety. A touch on the arm when you're feeling nervous, a quick kiss on the forehead before leaving for work, or simply holding your hand during a walk can express a deep, unspoken connection. For men, these physical gestures are often their primary way of expressing care. It's their way of saying, "I'm here for you," or "I love you," without needing to speak. These gestures are about creating intimacy, both emotionally and physically, and they serve as a constant reminder of affection. Example: after a long day, you sit down together on the couch. Without saying anything, your partner rests his hand on your knee, giving you a reassuring squeeze. This small gesture communicates comfort and care, making you feel loved and valued without a single word. 4. Sacrificing time and energy. Another surprisingly powerful way men express their love without words is through sacrificing their time and energy. In a world where time is precious and everyone is busy, offering your time to someone else is one of the most selfless ways to show love. When a man goes out of his way to make sure you feel special, whether it's by taking time off work to be with you, planning a special date night, or putting aside his hobbies to support you, he's showing that your happiness and well-being are more important than his own. Sacrificing time doesn't always mean making huge, life-altering decisions. It's the smaller, everyday moments where he chooses to invest in your relationship. His effort shows that he cares deeply for you and is willing to put your needs above his own. This act of selflessness is one of the most genuine expressions of love because it requires effort, and love always requires effort. Example: your partner knows you have a big presentation coming up and that you're nervous. He might spend the evening helping you prepare, offering his time and energy to make sure you feel confident. He doesn't have to say, "I love you" to show his devotion. His actions already speak for themselves. 5. Protective behavior. Love often reveals itself through a protective instinct. Men often express their feelings by ensuring the people they care about feel safe and secure. This protective nature doesn't mean controlling or dictating your actions. It's about keeping you safe from harm and offering support in difficult times. Men will often show their love by standing up for you when you face challenges, whether it's dealing with a difficult situation at work, helping you navigate emotional turbulence, or simply ensuring that you feel safe and comfortable in your environment. These actions communicate a deep, unspoken love that is grounded in care and respect. Example: while you're walking through a crowded street, he notices someone bump into you without apologizing. He subtly steps closer, ensuring you're shielded from any discomfort, all without making a scene. This silent act of protection speaks volumes about his love and concern for your well-being. 6. Making efforts to know you. Men often show their love through a genuine interest in getting to know you on a deeper level. This might involve asking you about your day, your hopes and dreams, or even the things you're passionate about. But it's not just about the questions, it's about actively listening and remembering what you say. This shows that he is emotionally invested in your world and cares about understanding you. He takes the time to learn what makes you tick, what excites you, and what you're struggling with. The more he gets to know you, the more his love for you grows. Example: he remembers small details about your childhood, your favorite songs, or the things that make you happy, even if they're minor. This effort shows that he's not just in the relationship for the ride, he's invested in knowing you deeply, inside and out. 7. Sharing vulnerability. Sharing vulnerability is one of the most unexpected yet powerful ways men express their love. It's easy to assume that men don't express emotions the way women do, but when a man opens up about his fears, insecurities, or past experiences, it's an act of trust and intimacy. By being vulnerable, men are showing that they trust you with their deepest emotions and thoughts. It's a way of saying, I trust you enough to let my guard down. Vulnerability is a crucial element in any strong relationship, as it deepens emotional intimacy and brings partners closer.